Thank you.
I just want to talk about two things about sport and tourism. I will start with tourism, if I may. I got a phone call this morning from a hotelier in Killarney, and he was very disappointed on the VAT front, but he was furious about something else related to the budget, and he was furious about the hypocrisy that he saw from the other side of the House in relation to VAT, but particularly two Kerry deputies. They're not here at the moment. It's a Thursday. Deputy Michael and Denny Healy-Rae.
It's all right, you there, it's not you.
And Deputy Michael and Denny Healy-Rae were here, and they were criticising me on Tuesday night for not having done enough on the VAT rate. And God knows I did enough, and I did everything I could possibly do, and unfortunately wasn't able to extend it for the 5th time. But what infuriated the hotelier was that he didn't realise at the time on Tuesday night, until yesterday, that actually Deputy Michael Healy-Rae hadn't voted for the introduction of the VAT rate in the first place back in 2011. And yet here on Tuesday night, the pontification that was going on, you'd swear that it was their idea in the first place. But what made him absolutely furious this morning was when he read in the Irish Independent that the same deputy who was taking such a high moral ground that he almost needed an oxygen mask here on Tuesday night actually didn't think it was even worth his while to show up for the budget speech on Tuesday. He was at a book promotion event in County Kildare at the time that Pascal Donoghue was on his feet here in the Dáil chamber. Talk about putting private budget ahead of public budget. It's absolutely scandalous, and the hotelier was right to be furious about that. I do want to say in relation to the VAT change, I fought extremely hard to try to keep the 9% rate of VAT. Unfortunately, we didn't get to extend it. We got it from 2011 to 2014 as a temporary measure for 3 years. I fought extremely hard to get it extended in 2014, in 2015, in 2016 and again in 2017, and unfortunately I and others didn't get to get it extended this year. But what we did get though was a 26% increase in the tourism budget, which is an enormous increase, and it's money that will go into our international marketing of tourism, and it's money that will go into our management of tourism in terms of product development, in terms of experience development, in terms of ensuring that sustainable tourism can happen here into the future. We have unprecedented growth in tourism. We have unprecedented record numbers of overseas visitors and revenue. But it's critically important now that we manage that, and we manage it properly, and we work with the industry to ensure that this becomes a long-term sustainable industry, that we don't kill the golden goose, that we don't see the type of cyclical approach that we've had over the years, and that we don't see the bubble bursting. And that's why I think this level of investment is critically important, because what it will do is it will allow Tourism Ireland, who are an outstanding international tourism marketing agency, to target our best possible markets, and also to try to ensure that we have people who come here for longer and spend more, and to grow the revenue even at a faster rate than the growth in visitor numbers. And it will also allow Fáilte Ireland to develop products, to work and target their investment in the areas of the regions and the rural areas that need it most, and to work on products like the Wild Atlantic Way, Ireland's Ancient East, the hidden heartlands. And whereas you have a cross-country break to the industry through a tax measure, you can target your investment through additional government resources, and I think that's a very, very positive thing. We also have substantial funding on the capital front for greenways as well, which is something that will benefit regional and rural areas. And I'm quite excited by this massive increase, because since the economic crash we haven't had any substantial increases for the tourism industry, and now we have, and I'm really, really excited about that, and looking forward to working with the agencies and industry to ensure that we get an overall better outcome and a long-term sustainable outcome as a result of this budget for the entire tourism industry, and more importantly for the 240,000 people who now work in tourism. And by the way, in 2011, when we introduced that VAT reduction, a temporary 3-year VAT reduction 7 years ago, at the time the industry was on its knees. We had a huge unemployment problem, and we have seen a complete transformation. We now want to keep that going and ensure that every single community in the country benefits as much as it can possibly do. In the area of sport, again, the story is very positive. We have a €15 million increase in sport expenditure this year. That's a 13% increase. Again, it's the first time since the crash that the national governing bodies of sport are going to receive additional funding. They're going to get €2.3 million this year, which is a major boost to them. They're extremely happy with it, and I'm very happy to have helped to deliver that. Also, as well, we have an extra €1 million to go into the Women in Sports programme, which is critically important. We have an extra €1 million to go into local sports partnerships for disability officers across the country, which is a massive step forward as well, and it's really positive. We have €1.5 million to go to our high-performance athletes in preparation for the Tokyo Olympic Games, which is something that I am very pleased with, and I know that our high-performance athletes are very pleased with. And high-performance athletes are the people who inspire community participation. They inspire people to get involved in sport, and this has an overarching effect as well on everybody. We also have 40 million for the Sports Capital Programme, and we have the new local large-scale sporting infrastructure fund, which will allow €63 million to be distributed to large-scale projects over the next 4 years. It's been a very positive budget for tourism and sport, and it's something that I look forward to working with everybody at the front line in both of those sectors in the coming year. Thanks very much.